today.
We come to you, dear God, right now, asking you to be with us during this meeting. I pray, Lord, I thank you, dear God, for all the many blessings you give us. We thank you, dear God, for this city. We thank you, dear God, for these servants here behind this podium. I pray, Lord, right now that you just help each one of us to be able to see the needs of those around us and be able to meet those needs. Just help us and guide us through this day. I thank you, dear God, for those that are serving in the capacities that they serve in. And I pray right now that you just be in this meeting and be with us as we go our separate ways. We ask all this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Please join with us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, I'd like to welcome everybody here today. We have some special guests with us today. Jimmy Cunningham with the school board, and I believe two of your school board members are here. Three? Okay, there's three. Okay. So if you guys would come on up, we got a presentation to make to you guys today. We have a check in the amount of $50,000 that we would like to present to the school board. And so if all y'all would step down, we'll get a picture right quick.
You're welcome to say something.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to thank you on behalf of the school board and on behalf of the teachers. This money is going to go to classroom supplies. Each teacher each year gets $421 from the state. So we use this to get them $500. Plus, prior, there's been $200 commitment by the state for common purchase, and they've taken that away. Now, when I say common purchase, that's copiers and paper, everything's used in the classroom. We're going to make it happen with this money too. So, thank you on behalf of the teachers for basic schools.
Well, I'd just like to say thank y'all for what you do for the students in the city of Fort Payne. And I think it's a great honor that y'all come in number 4 in the state, the 4th best high school in the state.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Only way to go.
We're honored to work with you.
Thank you.
Right up here, receipt. Jim, don't you need to receive the checks? It's more credit. I'll take it. Well, it has your name on it, Ruth.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Naturally.
What y'all want to eat?
When are we going?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I think being number 4 is a testament of good leadership, and I feel like that we got that in our Fort Payne school system. Okay, has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay. Resolutions. We have resolution 20 41 requesting Fort Payne's legislative delegation to introduce a local act authorizing the Fort Payne City Council to permit and regulate the sale of alcoholic beverages on Sunday. This was talked about at our last council meeting, and this would allow us to be able to put this out for a vote to the people, to put it on, get it on an election next year. So that's what this resolution is.
So moved.
Second.
They got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Next, we have 2017-42 requesting Fort Payne's legislative delegation to introduce a local act to amend the current legislation regulating Fort Payne's municipal elections.
This is the same thing we've talked about before, so it's just requesting our local delegation to introduce.
But it covers, just for clarity, it covers two things. First of all, it would cover that if there is a majority, if any candidate in the first round receives a majority of votes cast, that candidate is certified. The second thing is it brings us in compliance with state law on filling vacancies on the council. Whereas we are at the present time required to have a special election if the vacancy occurs at any time before halfway through the term. This would put us in compliance with everybody else, and where this council would simply appoint the replacement member and we'd go forward. That's the only two changes.
I make a motion.
They got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried.
I talked with Nathaniel Ledbetter this morning, and he asked as soon as we have these resolutions done, if we could send him and Steve a copy, and they get the process started in Montgomery.
Okay. All right, new business. We have bids, authorizing bids for a used tandem rear axle dump truck, 20-foot steel dump bed with 52-inch side,
This is for public works.
This is
Public Works.
Public Works.
Yeah.
The one that's surplus, one we don't need right now.
No, it's the Bible.
Buy one.
Yeah.
Okay. So moved.
We found a used one that
Second.
we had to bid it out.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we need to declare the following events as city-sponsored events. That is the Veterans Parade, Christmas in the Park, Independence Day Celebration, Third Saturday Sunset Cruise-In, Willstown Social and Bike Night, Boom Days, and the Employee Appreciation Day and Picnic.
What the purpose behind this is, all these events at one time or another, the city's appropriated money to it, and I'm just, and Rocky, you clarified if I'm mistaken, but I would feel better that being declared a city-sponsored event would be much cleaner when it comes audit time as to how we expended the money.
I agree.
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
One point of discussion here, some of these are not actually city events, but we sponsor them, but they also raise funds for different charities and things like that, so that's why our partnership is taking place with them.
Right.
So
Now, being a city-sponsored event, is our blanket coverage going to cover those events?
Liability insurance.
Liability?
yes, so it's kind of a twofold deal. It helps on accounting and helps on insurance.
Okay. All right. Next is consideration for entering into a contract with the Liberty Learning Foundation for $5,000. This is, as you know, the program that they bring to the school system. I know that our school board is very familiar with this, and Jimmy has expressed his
Very good program.
yeah.
Endorsement.
Endorsement, I guess that's what I'm looking for. And I have talked with Tricia Bobo, who is over this program, and she's working on a contract of what they normally send to cities for this.
If you've never seen that program or been a part of that, I would encourage any of you to go. it's a super citizen program, and with all the things happening in the world now, it just instills patriotism and kind of what our country was founded upon, and it was very moving to me to see all these children nominate who they thought were super citizens. I mean, they would nominate anyone from the janitor to sometimes the principal or whatever, but you know, it's just, it's so heartwarming. Yeah, the lunch ladies, and some had grandparents and stuff that had served in wars. And it's great to see our kids view someone as a hero or someone outstanding or a role model.
I guess the most impressive part of the whole program that I remember going to, the mayor and I were sitting at Wills Valley, and it was second grade students that got up and did not have a paper or anything, and got up and told about their citizen. Never missed a beat. I was just in awe of them getting up there and being able to give that speech about their super citizen. I just thought that was very impressive.
So we just need a motion for that.
Are we going to donate them or appropriate the money to the schools to be passed through, or enter into a contract with Liberty Learning?
Enter into a contract
I
with
think
Liberty
really
Learning.
Contract.
Yeah, we need to see the contract, but you can make
So-
the motion subject to.
Okay, so I'll make a motion subject to approval.
And I will second the motion because I feel that anything we can do, that, especially small children, influence them coming up, I think that's something that will benefit all of us somewhere down the road, and I'll second.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. They want this to be a contract with the city or whatever entity gives the money, because they don't want the money coming from the school, because they want it to be a gift that they give to the school. So that's the main reason for doing a contract with the city. Yes, I'll be in touch whether you get that contract. Okay, we have activity permits.
Randy approves all of them.
Do you approve all those, Randy? We won't individually go over every one of
With
them.
all of them, I just had that one of the, from the,
Apocalypse.
yeah, sorry, Deliverance Tabernacle come in
The
yesterday.
hayride,
They wanted me to approve that, and I wanted you guys to look at it. I've made them a little route there close to the church. I have no problem with it if y'all want to approve. Other than that, everything else is good.
They were going between, what, Sanders and Clark, between 8th and Rooker.
Sanders 8, yeah, back down Clark.
Sanders, Clark.
Back around.
and 8th and Rooker.
Yeah, it's about a 2-block radius.
And y'all are gonna work it and block it off for them?
We're not gonna block it off. They're gonna have a tail vehicle behind the tractor and the wagon, and we'll have somebody in the area, but we're only gonna limit it to about 2 hours of work of rides.
Okay.
And this is during the daylight hours.
Yes.
I make the motion to approve all
Second.
of these.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all the activity permits. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, Mayor, you have a report for us?
I talked with Nathaniel, as I mentioned a while ago, and we have set the date for the town meeting with him and Livingston for the 26th at 5:30 in the auditorium here. There's also a possibility that John Cooper with ALDOT would be with them. We're trying to get him to come and talk about the plan out at the intersection of 35 and I-59. Hopefully he will be able to. I've been to one of their town meetings that they held, and it was a very good event. I feel like we need to get as many people as we can to come, because it gives everybody a better idea of what's going on and what kind of problems they run into in Montgomery, which they run into a lot. So I've asked the newspaper to be sure and publicize that, and we'll be sending out some press releases to some of the radio stations and TV stations, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd there. The old hospital, I got word yesterday that the phase 2 had been completed. It's in the printing process, so we'll have it probably by the end of the week. We need to talk a little bit more about that later on. And other than the things that we have to come up in the executive session, that's all I'm going to mention right now.
Okay. So we don't have anything else. We need a motion to go into executive session. Oh, yeah. Does anybody here have any comments, questions for the council today? Like all minds are clear.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, we really appreciate you all coming. Some of you we get to see here week after week, and we appreciate that. So,
Make a motion, go into executive session.
okay, we got a motion to go into executive session. Have a second? Have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Roll call.
Yes.
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 All right. We appreciate you all coming today.
Thank you.
Yep.